Brexit, short for British exit, is the vote for Great Britain to leave the European Union. This was and has been widely debated for months. The final choice was decided by a national referendum, which took place on June 23, 2016. The vote ended with a close 52% vote for Great Britain to leave the EU. After World War II in 1951, the EU was founded with the goal to have common human rights and a common currency, the euro. For a brief time in 2007, the EU was the biggest economy in the world, but in 2011, Greece had a debt crisis that nearly took down the economy of Portugal, Italy, and Ireland. This scared many politicians and civilians of Great Britain, as the possibility of other countries failing would bring their economy down. Since members of the EU almost work together and support each other, the larger, more wealthy countries, such as Great Britain, must support the smaller, poorer countries. This sharing of resources can stop larger countries from growing, and leaving the EU would remove these shackles. Also, in order to be a member of the EU, countries must pay a tax. While the benefits are significant, the price is high. An estimate of the price it costs Britain to maintain its yearly membership is 200 billion euros, or about $260 billion a year. This membership alone costs Great Britain a fortune, but supporting the other countries as well forms a huge roadblock for their economic growth. All members of the EU use the same currency with a few exceptions. If the EU were to break up, it would be more difficult to do business, which would hurt the economy. It would also be more difficult to travel, which would harm the tourist industry. Currently, when goods are traded between countries in the EU, there is no import or export taxes. The result is that the prices of goods remain low and basic products like food are able to be traded easily and effectively. Overall, keeping prices low is ideal for the consumer and for poorer countries. After Brexit, the GDP has actually been rising in the UK. The GDP grew by 0.7% in the final 3 months of 2016. This is mainly because the manufacturing industry has done better lately than expected. Along with this, the pound worth in the UK dropped by 12% after the referendum. This caused a drop in interest rates. A lowered interest rate is being held on hold by the Bank of England as to not spark a large rise in inflation. This will keep the economy safe while they figure out everything else out in the meantime. The rest of the EU is still holding their breath after the fifth largest economy has left. We are unsure if other countries will leave, causing the EU to crumble. Marine Le Pen, a politician running for president of France, could open France's own referendum to leave the EU as well. With this, it could cause a ripple effect to end the 40-year-old European Union. To keep up with the latest news regarding UK and the European Union, Google BBC News or Office of National Statistics UK.